Okay. I've got another question, Frank. I've heard that oil lights coming on can mean different things in different vehicles. Could you explain what the differences are, for example, between a Mercedes and an Audi?
Well, I can tell you generally, and I think that would be easier to answer that question because a lot of cars, especially the German cars, have an oil level monitoring system
Hmm.
that will tell you the how if the oil's low or not. They'll also have an oil pressure monitoring, which tells you it's kind of like your blood pressure. Your
Hmm.
oil has to be under pressure inside the engine to properly lubricate. So those are two very, very critical items. So you'll have oil pressure and oil level. What happens is a lot of the, uh, I don't say lower end cars, maybe an entry level car, may only have an oil pressure indicator. And what we've seen is people who are used to oil level lights
Hmm.
see the oil pressure light come on in another car and go, oh, I just need to add oil. I'll do that next week. And then they don't realize that it's kind of like having a stroke, right? How your blood pressure gets too high, you bust a vessel.
Hmm.
If your oil pressure gets too low, you'll destroy the engine. That's when you have the stroke because then you get the bill for a new engine.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, for a vehicle that doesn't have a pressure indicator light, how do you check that? How do you have that checked?
And actually, they would all have pressure indicators, most cars. So
Okay.
but not all of them have an oil level indicator. So you want to make sure that you, at least once a month, look for the dipstick. There's just where you pull out of the engine,
Okay.
wipe it clean, and put it back in. You want to make sure your engine's warmed up, and you want to make sure it's been sitting at least 5 minutes after you shut it off. And that's why it's a good time to check it, like when you're getting gas.
Okay.
Or find a service advisor or a service facility that wouldn't mind checking it for you.
How do you find that?
Well, if it's research,
Okay.
okay, check for reputations, online reputations. Be careful of the online reputation. Not all online reputation sites are reputable. So you want to check multiple sites and you want to look for a pattern in their online reputation. For example, if one business is constantly being praised on how great the staff is and how knowledgeable there is, and there's a pattern there. If another site is one time, oh, the car was washed, oh, the car was fixed, oh, the guys were nice, then you see how that's not really a pattern. So you want to look for a pattern in reviews because
Okay.
that shows real genuine feedback. And ask your friends, by all means.
Okay. So,
And most reputable, and I don't mean to interrupt, but most reputable shops will check your car periodically for you and not ask for anything in return and not demand, you give them money to do a basic oil check or a tire check. They want to, most guys want to make sure that you're safe.
okay. So if there's a pattern of constant good things, then you might want to be a little suspicious.
Not suspicious at all. That's what you're looking for is that pattern of good. Uh,
Okay. Okay. I thought, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
yeah, no, and I wouldn't be suspicious either way. But a business, let's say they have a lot of favorable reviews
Hmm.
and a lot of consistency in those reviews is usually a better indicator of the business than one that's got them a little bit all over the map. And that might mean the business is less consistent. So guys that are always being praised for how well the car is fixed, how good the prices were, and how great the staff is, might be worth taking a second look at.
Okay. Great answer. Thank you for that.